What's good, everybody? It's your boy Haki, and today we're going to be reacting to Pooh Shiesty lawyer threatens Wack 100 for exposing Pooh as a rat. Pooh hasn't even been out for 4 days, bro, and y'all already coming with that. Y'all already coming with that paperwork. Go drop a like, comment, subscribe. We're going to get straight into this, everybody. And if y'all don't mind, I am rolling up some Twinkies, so if you see me
Pooh
doing this,
Shiesty has only been a
that's what we're
free
doing.
man for about 4 days, and the internet is already accusing him of snitching. This is like the fastest I've ever seen the internet put accusations on somebody. It usually take about 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe a month of the honeymoon phase after you are released. This time
Yeah.
around, man, they got right to it. Pooh Shiesty just served a 5-year sentence because Pooh Shiesty was accused and convicted of shooting and robbing the man's whose vehicle he was renting. So Pooh Shiesty was renting like a McLaren or some super expensive car, and the dude was like the plug. So the dude said, "Hey man, when you drop off the money for the car rental to extend, I'm gonna have some marijuana and some Jordans for you," because Pooh Shiesty requested it. So when they linked up, instead of an exchange in money going smoothly, Pooh Shiesty ended up shooting and robbing the men that he was supposed to just drop off the money for the car rental. Now, Pooh Shiesty did 5 years for that. Now, Pooh Shiesty and his defense was, when I pulled up, they tried to rob me, so I robbed them. Pooh Shiesty.
That's what I had seen. Like, if y'all ain't know what I'm talking about, please go look up the video. It's like out on the video, and it's a big, gunfight right in front of a McLaren. So I don't know what's true or not. I'm not gonna give my opinion on that, but I will say the situation is crazy. And if Pooh Shiesty really did try to rob them, then that was the dumbest stuff I've ever heard, bro. What's the point of robbing them, bro? They was hooking you up. That'd be the problem with some people, bro. They'll build relationships with you and just do stupid stuff like that. Like when we could have just built something big. You know what I'm saying?
And the snitching allegations first occur when Wack 100 discovered that Pooh Shiesty took a proffer agreement, and this was about 3 years ago. But the snitching allegations kind of went away once Wack 100 had Pooh Shiesty's lawyer on his live stream, and they kind of sorted out the details.
Made by the government, okay? In the
Right.
world of the streets, when they hear proffer, right, automatically assume cooperation. And I'm going to tell you why. If one goes to Google and puts in government factual proffer, the verbiage of that is a government factual proffer is a meeting between a criminal defendant or witness and the government where the defendant shares information with the government in exchange for limited immunity.
Pooh Shiesty does have a proffer agreement, but his daddy, his lawyer, Pooh Shiesty himself came out and said, no, in that proffer, he didn't tell on anybody. He just took credit for what he did, and he left it at that. His lawyer, right, Ronan, would take to Instagram and he would respond back to this live stream. He even joined his live stream, by the way, to respond back. But before this live stream, he responded back on Instagram, letting Wack know that Pooh Shiesty did not tell. They responded back and they said, "This is 100% fake. Wack 100, there is no paperwork that will say Pooh Shiesty said a word about anything on anything. In fact, none of the 3 charged gave proffers on anything about anything. This is just a straight mistruth. They all took."
But I'm interested because every time Wack 100 it has came out and said something about someone snitching or someone having paperwork, it's always been true. Like, I'm not gonna say it's always been true, but from what I know, it's been pretty true. Like, he has a really good track record. I don't know how he gets the information. I low key think Wack 100 is a Fed, but hey, man.
pleads to the same crime of 1 count of a possession of a weapon during a drug crime. None of them gave a proffer about anything. It was a straight plea, with all of them having the other 3 life felony counts dismissed. But why bother with facts? Just throw something out for clicks. I believe Wack 100 talked to Pooh Shiesty's daddy on the phone. They kind of sorted out details. But fast forward 3 years later, Pooh Shiesty gets released, and Wack 100 goes on DJ Academic's stream last night. And he tells Academics, hey, listen, man, my exposers, they've been sending me information. They're telling me Pooh Shiesty told on 2 people. I don't know, you know me. When I'm ready to go, I'll go. But I actually like Pooh Shiesty, so I'm not trying to release it. Now, what that tells me is Wack 100 knows exactly. Wack knows every detail of that paperwork they're supposed to send him. But Wack is a mastermind, and Wack is somebody who will sit on information and kind of wait for your move. All right. So after
Yeah.
Wack 100 revealed that on Academic Stream last night, Pooh Shiesty and his team got to work. right? They began to move frantically.
Crazy. So I gotta go in tomorrow and see. Look,
Yo, Wack, yo, y'all got circling on paper?
bro, this is a real operation, bro. Nigga, I got 51 spies. Then you got
Nigga said we got 51 spies, bro. Wack 100 got his own little like CIA intelligence operation on street dudes and finding out paperwork. I'm telling you, like it's an operation, bro. He got people set in place to do this. Like it's crazy.
legals, we got attorneys, we got PI, we got all. Bro, you looking at am I capping? Look, I haven't even had a chance to respond but once. You see they at me. Look, you reading it. They got the PDFs. I don't even want to open the PDFs.
Yo, Wack.
They done found everybody proffers.
Wack, please just delete this message thread, man.
Bro,
Pooh Shiesty
whoever victim 1 and 2 is, listen, bro. Look, bro, hey, you see what I'm saying. I haven't even had a chance to address it, but I will tell you this. That when we had his attorney on, didn't I send you the link? You got it.
Wack, Pooh Shiesty one of the good ones, man. There's
Bro,
no
this ain't not nothing. Listen to me, bro. Hear me out. I did my due diligence and brought his attorney. Is this it? Yeah, here you go. You got it. I sent it to you yesterday. I brought his attorney to my channel for 2 hours. Look, when you go over there, look, you got it. That's 11 months ago, but the attorney was supposed to send us something to clear a part up. He gave me his word, and I knew if he said it, he was either going to clear it or he was going to show some shit.
So Wack is telling academics, I mean, they send it to me. I don't know. I haven't read it, but I don't know. Any looking. But here's the thing. I know Wack good enough, man. For me, and yeah, listen, Unc might be mad at me, bro. All right, Wack might be mad at me that I say this, bro. All right, but Wack, just call me, okay? You feel me? All right, if you don't like this. Wack knew that paperwork back and forth. Wack knew that paperwork better than Pooh Shiesty. The attorneys knew that. Wack knew that paperwork better than Pooh Shiesty knew that paperwork. Wack read that proffer agreement 20,000 times. Wack hopped on that call knowing every single detail of that case. But Wack is kind of playing like, I don't know. Which is why Pooh Shiesty's lawyer, he made a response video. Because, again, this was before Wack even officially said, hey, yo, Pooh Shiesty snitched. But the lawyer kind of already knew where things were going. So the lawyer, got ahead of the story, and he made an Instagram response to Wack 100, kind of calling out Wack 100, and even calling Wack 100 names.
All right, let's talk morons. Wack 100, I can see where he gets his name, because he is Wack. The allegation that Pooh gave up information in this case is so idiotic, even when he's reading it. DJ Academics is saying what a moron he is. It is next level how stupid he is. Now, if we're saying he's just doing it for clout, if we're saying he's just doing it for views, I would think, okay, that's an excuse. But it really isn't. I really do think he's very stupid. So, long story short is, Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams gave up no one. Absolutely no one. We never cooperated with the government whatsoever. The paperwork that he's reading is that our defense was that we blamed the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun, and through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit. And that's why, instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years for a shooting case. Not because of any kind of, he cooperated. He didn't cooperate with shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I want to see how Wack 100 and Act gonna back this up, because now that the lawyer talking, he's speaking facts. Now lawyers are professional liars, so I mean, you also have to take that into account. But I don't know, Act, Wack, what you got to say about this? Because this is pretty damning shit right here, man. Sounds to me like someone's lying. It's just, my question is who's lying? I guess we'll have to see though.
Cooperation was the amazing work of his lawyer, me, along with Sam Zegane. I don't want to forget Sam. See my clock in the back. You know what time it is. I don't want to forget my friend Sam, because Sam assisted in the case, but absolutely not one single defendant in that case flipped on anybody, because there was no one to flip on. They said Pooh was the shooter. They said one of the other guys was the shooter. None of them flipped on anybody. We all went ahead with it. We took the plea, which I wanted to go to trial. I thought it was a good trial as well, but we took the plea, and the judge ended up giving us just under 5 years. And with good behavior and an RDAP program, he got out in about 3 and change. So Wack 100, just to recap, Wack 100 is a moron, and what he is reading is as stupid as it sounds. That is all for now.
I think the lawyer messed up. I think he shouldn't have said those details. When it comes to regular people like us, because I'm a civilian, trust me, I'm telling on you in a heartbeat. I'm calling the police. I work with the police. Bro, I am doing whatever I can do to get myself justice. But Pooh Shiesty isn't a regular person. He's a street dude, okay? And by their rules, again, we're logical people. Take yourself out of this logical mindset and put yourself in the mindset of the Neanderthals they are, okay? You have certain rules that probably don't make sense. These are the same people who called Troy Ave a rat, even though Troy Ave held it down. He didn't tell on Taxstone when Troy Ave was initially arrested. Taxstone got arrested and started telling and lying on Troy Ave, and Troy Ave took the stand to say, no, it was self-defense. I didn't kill my friend. He's lying on me. And they called Troy Ave a rat for that, because Troy...
Bro, didn't we just reacted to somebody basically call, who was it, bro? We've been doing a lot of stuff on rats. Cause some people were trying to say that Young Thug was in a rat, but some people also say that anything that you do, like any cooperation with the police at all, is snitching because it resulted in an arrest. So I don't know what y'all think about it. Let me know what y'all think. Obviously, I'm a civilian too. I'm gonna call the police on your ass. If I have to shoot somebody, I'm gonna set it up to where I get off with self-defense. I know how the law works to a degree. I'm not a genius in law. I don't know everything. I know just enough to get me by, but yeah,
wrote a statement and said, no, I did not do this. He's lying on me. They said Troy Ave was a rat for that. So if Pooh Shiesty was arrested for shooting and robbing 2 victims, and then those victims said, we ain't have no guns, but then Pooh Shiesty tells the court, no, they did have guns on them. They did have the drugs on them. They had guns and drugs on them. They had guns. And that got his sentence reduced. The street dudes would say that's snitching. That's snitching, right? Because you're supposed to come and beat your case. You're supposed to, but you said those people had a gun, right? You said, yo, they had this on them when they said they didn't have it on them. In the streets, from what I've heard, right, there ain't no such thing as snitching back. If somebody snitch on you first, you can't snitch on them back.
Yeah.
So I think
that's why they got this stupid rule in the streets where it's like, if somebody kill your homie, you gotta go handle it. Not you gotta help the police solve the crime like a regular civilian. You gotta go do it. You gotta go put your life in danger and go catch a case and go catch a, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go do it. And if you don't do it, you not gangster. What? It don't make no.
The lawyer revealing that information kind of gave Wack 100 all the ammunition he needs, because you kind of put it in a gray area now to where it's left up for debate. Kind of like Gunna or Young Thug. Once you put the conversation in a gray area, you're going to have people who think he told, and you're going to have people who believe he didn't tell. But now you essentially now give Wack 100 all the power to kind of litigate this, right, online. Instead of just saying, hey, Pooh Shiesty did not tell and leave it at that, you gave too much information from my perspective. Now, that's
you gave Wack too much to run with, bro. Now he got something to run on.
I love him. We are cool. He has the courtesy to DM me back whenever I ask him legal questions, but I just don't agree with giving that much information.
Named the alleged victims, that the victims were trying to hold up and rob Pooh and his crew, and that's why the guns came out. The victim said, I don't have a gun, I never owned a gun, And through our investigation and the evidence, we found not only did he own a gun, he had a firearm box in the trunk with ammunition in the trunk. Both of these alleged victims were total liars, totally full of shit.
That's what we do. The street people lie to law enforcement. The victim said, we ain't had no gun. You telling me, Brad, the smart guy, not gonna call you out your name, you and Pooh decided to tell the truth. The streets don't tell the truth, Brad. Earth to Brad. Anybody home? I really want to call you out your name, but I'm not. R&B has me on not calling people out their name punishment 24 hours. I'm not going to do it, Brad. But you just admitted, there's more, y'all. You just admitted that the victim told the police, hey, we ain't had nothing. But you're saying your defense was to tell the police they had guns. Pooh Shiesty, you're saying, got with you, and you guys is telling the police when they said we ain't had no guns. Yes, y'all did. We can't do that, Brad. No, this ain't Harvard. The closest thing to Harvard we come is Harvard Park, and that's in Deuce Brown. Shout out, little man. Listen, Brad, you just put the noose around your Pooh Shiesty's neck. But I'm not gonna say it. I'm not even gonna insinuate. But I'm gonna keep playing this. This is wild.
That's why, instead of getting 10 years, the judge gave him under 5 years.
So because he told on the victim,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was kind of listening to it. I was like, I don't know if the lawyer, because like that's still snitching. That's still snitching. You gave up information to the police. You cooperated with the police. In street guy terms, that's snitching. You spoke, you cooperated, and you got years shaved off your sentence because of it. So I personally think you would snitch for that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. This was a good video. I'm gonna see y'all to probably I might do a double upload. No promises, okay? No promises. But I hope to see you guys in the next video. It's your boy Haki, and I'm out. Peace.